Hello and welcome, and today we're going to talk about action films, and specifically my personal picks for top 10 action films. Before I say, it is just purely just the films that I love and enjoy, and I have a huge passion for action films. I have since I was young. My father got me into those kind of films. But for me though, what would I kind of take as more of an action film? Because some people would say Star Wars Empire Strikes Back is an action film, or Captain America Winter Soldier, which by rights they are, but they also have, they're more like especially as all the Star Wars, that's more the sci-fi, and then obviously Captain America is also a superhero. My picks are simply that action is their main genre, I kind of feel, and that's what I'm going to be mostly talking about today. So let's begin, shall we, on my picks of my top 10 action movies. Number 10, Con Air. Yeah, well, for the first one here, a film that it took me a kind of a while to actually kind of get into this film actually, and I'm not gonna lie, actually when I first watched it, I wasn't huge about it just yet, but you know, as my kind of viewings of this film, I very much enjoyed. I am a huge Nicolas Cage fan, I very much like him, and John Malkovich as the villain is just absolutely perfect almost, really. And also, one thing that's great about the film is the cast. You got Ving Rhames, obviously, and many others that I think they just kind of really just work, and I think that's what's great about an action film when you've got a really great cast in it. Number 9, Face Off. Again, yeah, Nicolas Cage, because I'm quite a Nicolas Cage fan, but also with John Travolta, as well as the direction of John Woo, just all melded just greatly, with some bits that are just over the top with John Travolta, then obviously with Nicolas Cage, and I think that's what's great about this film, especially for these actors, I would imagine, because you're getting, you know, two different performances at them, and it's great with mostly, you know, I like John Woo's action films, maybe not Mission Impossible 2, but I like what he does with this film. I like the action, the slow motion, it just works for me and I love it. Number 8, Taken. Now this was a film I didn't watch till years after it came out. I'm not gonna lie, I know it was quite popular, but for me I was a bit like, oh, Liam Neeson is an action kind of guy, and nowadays I did not care, but then I watched it and loved it, really. You know, he was great what he done and brought to the film, really. We just won't talk about the sequels, but you know, overall I do love the film. If I maybe have a little bit of a critique is I kind of wish they had maybe a better kind of actor villain, like actually playing. It was a good villain, but you barely actually saw the villain because it was mostly just following Liam Neeson's character. But overall, you know, I love the film. I think Liam Neeson's great at the action that he does in the film. He's very believable in what he does. Number 7, The Matrix. This film, you could almost say, you know, reinvented the action genre at the time. It really pushed forward for many different and unique action films to come forward. Sadly, a lot of them were quite bad, really, but overall, with The Matrix, it really is just a fantastic use of reinventing the genre, really, especially at an age, you know, because it was 1999, you know, the golden age of the action films were, you know, dying, really. You know, it was the 80s and 90s, and we're getting to the end of it, and it was slowly kind of sadly dying, and it was a shame almost, but The Matrix at least kind of gave out what, right, we're going into the 21st century, and this is what we're kind of going to get, really, with action films. You know, it was... you know, even when you look back on the film in 1999, it still feels so fresh and modern, and I love it, and yeah, it's just a really great one for me. Number 6, Casino Royale. So after Die Another Day, the producers clearly realised that the franchise was kind of going a path that they did kind of obviously agree on, and the fans felt the exact same way as well as the critics. So the best way to go was a greater reboot, and they got the rights back to Casino Royale. So they thought, yep, this makes sense. Let's do it. Let's go. They got Daniel Craig in, who was perfect in the role, especially for this type of Bond that they're doing, as well as for the film. And Casino Royale was just really something special as well for obviously the franchise as well, and some of the action sequence from, you know, the chase sequence from the start to the actual fight scene in the bathroom really is just superb. Number 5, John Wick. Now, again, this was another film that I didn't actually take a while to actually kind of watch and realise how amazing it is. Just love the film, I really do. I think it's entertaining. I think it's for a film modern day, because it's very hard to find a really great modern day action film, and this is one of them, and I just absolutely adore it. It's for once where Keanu Reeves is, you know, his kind of downbeat performance actually fits with the character and it fits with the film, and I'm looking forward to the sequel actually. Number 4, Demolition Man. Yes, when you put Stallone and Wesley Snipes together, I am just going to buy it no matter what, because both of them are just great in their role, especially Wesley Snipes. He really just, he almost kind of hams it up a bit, but I just love it, you know. And this is what I love about the action films of those days, was the premise of the films. I did just love what it was all about, you know, and I like that, and I like the settings and all that, and also the action I very much enjoyed. Number 3, Predator. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge Schwarzenegger fan. You know, I think this is one of the classics of all action films, really, to be honest. It spawned off a franchise, you could almost say sadly, maybe, but you know, Schwarzenegger's great in here. You know, he's still in his kind of the young kind of stage here in his career, but the action's great, and you know, as I said about another film earlier, you know, it's got a great cast of action stars in this film. I think that's why I quite enjoy that, really. Number 2, Die Hard. Yes, very predictable here to put Die Hard at number 2 here, but you know, what can I say? I'm a very original, obviously. But Die Hard, you know, it is just one of the greats, really. You know, with Bruce Willis and also Alan Rickman as the great villain, and you know, he really pushed forward the whole kind of the Euro villain, as they call him, and he really is superb. And it's a great film of showing how, you know, the normal man can be the hero, and I think that pushes for everyone to feel kind of like, oh right, you know, he isn't a tank like Stallone or Schwarzenegger, but he is just generally kind of a normal guy, except with all the training that he clearly has. But you know, overall, you know, Die Hard really is one of the great action films. Number 1, Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Yeah, sorry for being an absolute predictable person here, but what can I say? You know, I absolutely just adore this film. I think it is just one of the greatest action films ever made. It's got everything that you need. It's got a good story going on. It's got great action. It's got a great action hero. It's also got the great action villain. I think it has every single tick that you need for a great action film. It's got the great stunts. It's got that great chase sequence I just absolutely love near the start of the film. And just overall, you know, I'm a huge Schwarzenegger fan, and I just love it. So yeah, that's my top 10 action movies list. Tell me what you think. Is it very predictable? I think it is actually quite predictable, if I'm honest, sorry. But tell me what you think. Comment down below. Some more videos in the future. So until then, see you later.